The PRX popularity is justified, but Tissot has another watch in their catalog that deserves attention. The Gentleman line comes in several flavors, but what we have today is the Powermatic 80 with the blue dial. The dial in question is just beautiful and changes from near black in low light to a deep blue in direct light. The applied bevel indices add to the light show provided by the dial. You will see some articles calling it a sunray finish, but that is not true, and it's a good thing in this case. It is also easy to miss at first, but in addition to the lume on the hands, there are 12 lume dots behind each index to aid visibility after dark as well. Speaking of hands, these are perfectly proportioned. Nothing irks me more than 2 short-minute hands or misaligned seconds hands regardless of price point, so I was very happy to find out that the sizing and alignment here is absolutely spot on. It's not all perfect, of course, and under magnification the brushing on the indices is about par for the price. While the dial is certainly the star of the show, there's a lot more than you get for your money. And the money in question is not a lot at all given what is happening in the watch market and how much Tissot brings to the table here. I hear you, why 40 when it could have been 38 or 36? If they were to make this in 38, I suspect it would probably cannibalize some other Swatch Group products, which is probably why it's not. Nevertheless, it wears surprisingly well. It doesn't visually look much bigger than a, say, 39 Oyster Perpetual, it just has a more muscular look, if you will. I feel that is the substantial bracelet that impacts the wearing experience more than the visual presence itself or the watch itself. Speaking of Oyster Perpetuals, a lot of people's first reaction when they see this watch is, hey, is that a Rolex? Of course, the Tissot does not come with a magnifier above the date, so it would be easy to tell for a watch person that it's not, but I can see where questions come from. Look closer, however, and the case, especially in side profile, is a lot more Omega than Rolex, and that's to be expected given that Tissot comes from the same Swatch Group stable. Either way, the designer of the case did a great job, and the watch looks good from any angle. There's even a surprising degree of beveling given the price point. Back to the bracelet, it's substantial indeed. The alternating polished and brushed surfaces balance it visually, but look at it from the side and it looks twice the thickness of an Oyster bracelet. Interestingly enough, it does balance the watch on the wrist, but it seems like overkill to me. I'm not a fan of the butterfly clasp either. Nothing wrong with the clasp itself, it functions well and closes with a satisfying click. I just don't see why they opted for this type of closure on a watch that can clearly be a jack of all trades and be worn at the office or by the pool. After all, the watch is waterproof to 100 meters, despite not having a screw-down crown, so this choice is just a bit odd to me. These few gripes aside, at a price point that undercuts a lot of micro brands, you get a beautiful dial, solid construction, a Swiss automatic movement with an 80-hour power reserve, a serving of Superluminova applied markers, sapphire front and back with anti-reflective coating. It's just a tremendous value.